Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our Friday night stream. Hopefully, everyone had a great week. Danny, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Good, good. Mike, how are you?
I am envious of Danny's mug. Other than that, I'm doing pretty good also.
You know, Danny
His
has
drink-
all the good merch. Soon
He
we'll
does.
have all the good merch, but Danny definitely has some good merch.
Yeah, his drinking mug, people. Not his beard.
It's just
No,
a mug.
turn so we can see it. There you go. Oh, all right.
It's a
We're gonna
mug.
blur it out. We're gonna blur
There
it
you
out
go.
later on. Okay.
There you go.
all right.
Till they pay us.
Nice. What's good, you guys?
So, what's good? You know, where we each and every Friday we make our rounds on each piece. So we're gonna start with you, Mike. What were you able to get done this week?
Okay, so I felt the fire, and so I kind of turned up the heat this week and decided that I wanted to have this dude who's like the main baddie in the game in the montage. So I went and made a base, started modeling his head, got my guy into pose along with some various kind of stuff from the game, like a hand coming out the ground, some skulls and vines and things like that. This is a lot of using assets that were pre-built. So the skulls are from Ryan Kingsland. The hand, this might be Danny's. I pulled it from the monster pack you guys did for what was it? Bad
King.
Yeah, Bad King. So I know that I was looking at one that was yours with Bradley yesterday. I'm not sure if this is the one you did, but I just took that and kind of.
You know what's funny? I was gonna be like, dude, I really like that hand. So
yeah. No, I think there's a reason for that. So anyway,
funny.
yeah, no, just threw him in pose, and I'm not even gonna lie. Like I was telling Bradley yesterday, I wasn't particularly excited about this guy until he got into pose, and now I'm on board again. So that's it for me.
Awesome.
Nice, man. Nice. Awesome.
Danny.
Awesome progress. I did a bunch of sculpting on the organic bits and started to block out the bag. Mike and I were talking about this guy a little bit, and he had a great suggestion to reduce the size of the legs a little bit. So I'm pretty happy with the legs. There's one piece that's not in here that's in Maya right now, which is like a little bowl shape for, his bottom. But yeah, I think at this point it's adding some clips and buckles and straps and things like that, and then I'll be ready to start sort of retopo and drop this guy into substance. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Awesome. Well, gentlemen, pencils up.
Okay,
All right.
awesome.
All right.
Anybody in the comments? Is my comments broken over here? Where is everybody?
Oh, maybe nobody's watching. It's all right. We still love you guys.
We have 4 people watching.
Nice.
Oh,
They'll watch us. They'll watch us later.
Okay,
They'll watch us later.
Hello, 4 people.
What's up, y'all?
Say hi. Tell us where you're from.
But you know, Mike likes the immediate eyes on him immediately. But rest assured, Mike, each and every week you have hundreds of people, that watch you from Friday to Friday.
I'm like Tupac. I need all eyes on me.
They eventually get to you. We're competing with basketball games and TV time. Maybe we need to do something outrageous, like use Moto.
All right. Starting right now. It's all mud box all the time.
Nice.
Hey.
There you go. We got somebody. What's up, man?
Hello.
Hello. Welcome. How was your week?
All right, so no spoilers, guys. No spoilers. But Loki, thumbs up, thumbs down. It's only the first episode. What do you think?
Thumbs up from me.
All right, what do you think, Bradley?
I'm trying to cut my thumb in half, but thumbs up, thumbs up, tentative thumbs up.
Man, that's rough business.
Just so you know, Bradley doesn't like things. It's funny because I have a friend, Tony Gore, who likes everything, and Brad is his polar opposite.
Nice. For me, I enjoyed it a lot. I liked it a lot.
Could have been worse. It could have been the last episode, so.
Oh boy.
I mean,
I'm super excited about
first episode.
Yeah, you're kind of hard on the first episode.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited about what's the what if? I know we talked about that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I look into the what if. I think that's when they do like all behind the scenes, or they do like imaginary scenarios or something like that.
Yeah. What would have happened if this character interacted with that character and blah blah blah. Change the course of history.
Right.
I think this week was like the beginning press for all the game consoles as well. All the new games were announced this week.
Did they have? They're not doing an E3 this year. Do they have like a GDC or some type of?
So they are still doing They're doing E3 this year. It's all digital. Actually, it starts Saturday at 8 a.m. Gorillas first, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say new Killzone. Oh wait, no, Guerrilla Games is also Horizon Zero Dawn. Right?
Yeah,
so they have to be. Okay. They're probably going to show something else as well. Like if Horizons, they had the big showing for Horizon, so for them to still have a show on Saturday at 8 a.m., there's got to be something else.
I mean, they could be doing just because the other one was just a sort of state of play. So they could be doing like a deep dive on like making of stuff or the evolution of Aloy or whatever. There's a lot of like, have you guys seen that Backlash? I think it's camera, but like there's a thing right now where Aloy's face, like in one of the pictures, it looks a little bit like sort of chubbier than I guess the old Aloy. So a lot of people have been like really offended or upset or whatever by that, and I'm like, what? But they basically I really think if you look at the rest of that shot, it's the camera lens because they're trying to show you from the person that she's helping his POV. So I think it's just lens. But there's a lot of people sort of saying she doesn't look right or whatever. So I wonder how much of that
they were upset that she had perfect eyebrows. Like, why she has perfect eyebrows?
Oh yeah, was that the Outgang one?
Yeah, that was the ugly. I don't know. Outgang did a review of it. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because I guess Laura used to be like a senior character artist there, and they did like a deep dive where I guess she was talking to some of the students that she teaches, and they were going through it, and that came up there where one of the students was like, "Yeah, I just wish her eyebrows were like kind of bushy because they're so perfect." And I was like, it's still got to be a product that like people aspire to.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I don't mind it. There's peach fuzz in that thing. Did you see that?
Yeah,
in the game. There's peach fuzz. It's crazy.
I know.
Crazy.
My ZBrush is wilding out here. So I never did do the update. And
Yeah, me neither.
I'm wondering if I should, because I've been having some problems where it lags and I can't, like, it just doesn't work for me. So I got to restart here.
Hey, the worst that can happen is that you won't be able to properly save project files for a while.
I don't use project files that much anyway, to be honest, unless I'm doing something where I'm rendering out of ZBrush.
Yeah, because they're huge.
Yeah. And there's the possibility of adding data that you don't really need if you have extra tools loaded and stuff and you don't realize. So I'm like, you know what? I'll stick with Z tools. But if there's like specific camera stuff or rendering stuff, that's usually when I save a project. You here? What the hell?
What I would suggest you do, Mike, before you update, make sure you delete all your old quick saves that are the recovery drive where you have all that stuff. Probably delete all that and then update. Maybe that would have probably resolved my problem.
Yeah.
So some months ago, I bought a membership to Chris Costa's Fly on the Wall studio, and I started doing it. And then when I got my new job, I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna sink my teeth into this and sort of focus on this for a while. And I think next week I'm gonna start getting back to it and just sort of watching it again. What I've seen so far is really fantastic. Obviously, that dude's like a master of his craft and all that.
Tell me about it. I've never heard of that. What is Fly on the Wall?
Oh man, I'll show it in what's good. But long story short, it's it's educational platform that he started because he does these really beautiful sort of portraits, and he shows you his whole process, and he uses HD geometry a ton to get to sort of poor level detail. And I was going to ask you guys if you utilize that at all ever. Do you guys ever use HD geometry?
I don't, but I saw the guy we were talking about earlier from my What's Good who was using it for his.
Yeah.
I never use it.
Yeah, it looks really, really cool.
Mike, how's your anti-venom been going?
Oh, well, I was really kind of happy to hear my girl was telling me that the I think I have 11 5-star ratings so far.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
So, pretty excited about that, and it sold pretty well. So
nice, man.
Thanks, man.
Drop that in the comments if you guys have not had a chance to check out Mike's anti-venom.
Thank you, brother.
Do so.
Now, here's the $1 million question. Danny, have you had time to look at it at all yet?
Ooh.
Not yet. I skimmed through it, and you know what's funny? I can tell already, like I went through the part where you're doing some form development, and I'm like, yeah, I need to really seriously give this a complete deep dive, because I think it will help me a ton with my organic forms, for sure. For sure.
What he did say is that before he sees Chris Costa's stuff, he gonna see yours.
Yeah.
I kind of was feeling that.
Well, no, here's the thing. I don't know Chris Costa to like call him up on the phone and be like, hey bro, I need help.
How you doing this thing?
Worst case scenario, I know I could call you.
Yeah, you can.
You know, every time I start playing it, I hear Mike calling me Brad all the time. I'm like, I don't want to watch this right now. He's calling me Brad.
Man.
So, truth be told, that's actually my other friend, Brad. just putting it out there, just so you know. I wouldn't be disrespectful.
I think you mispronounced. That's your friend, Brad.
Oh,
yeah. That's yeah. Just you know.
It's okay. Mike's special lady says that I'm his friend, and that's all that matters.
There it is. Getting where you fit in.
She knows what's best for him.
He defends both Brads equally. Like this, that's Bradley, not Brad. That's Bradley. Okay.
Pretty sure Mike's yelling like he's not Asian. There's no Lee in his name.
Yikes.
Yikes.
It's Brad. His mom just didn't know.
It took me a while to get. It took me a minute to get used to calling a grown man Bradley, but you know I'm over it now.
I slip up all the time, and I feel very bad when I do.
Nah, you call me Beto. Everybody calls me B.
Well, that's the thing, right? And so B has been the default because I know I mess up and call you Brad by mistake all the time. So I'm like, just say B.
Yo, B.
In case anybody's wondering, I had to, now that I can go outside without a mask, I had to peel all that craziness off my face this morning. That was the first thing that Bradley said to me when I came in earlier. He's like, yo, what is going on?
Yeah, you young, man. I'm like, this dude got in his DeLorean and tapped his old self on the shoulder and switched places.
I got the babyface Fenster happening today.
Got that sports almanac action.
He's about to go shoot a Coke commercial.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Don't drink the Coke next time. I don't feel so good, you guys.
Yes, welcome to the channel.
Nice. What's up?
I'm not gonna say the whole name because I don't want to get banned from YouTube, but welcome.
That's my people right there.
So we stream every Friday night at 9 Eastern Standard Time to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's a sweet 2 hours. Since we have more viewers dropping in, guys, how about you guys give a full view of the characters that you guys are working on? I'll show Mike full screen, get a little spin in there. Looking real good, Mike.
Thank you.
And what's your character again?
This is Arthur from Ghouls and Ghosts. And started off with the sketch right here. And started adding some of the cool monsters and stuff. I wanted to add the dude here who's the main bad guy. So that's who's laying on the ground behind him, kind of knocked out.
Vanquished.
Finish him.
Oh, so our guest is Hannibal. Welcome, Hannibal. Welcome to the stream, man.
Hey.
Danny, give us a full view.
Sure. So this is the Slig from Oddworld, just sort of beefed up a bit. I wanted to make him a little bit more formidable than just a little dude with a shotgun, sort of like how he is in the old game, like this. So instead of giving him just a shotgun, I gave him two sort of sewn-on arms, and that came from the idea of reading the sort of history of the character a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
the character actually had a really interesting history, and I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna pervert that a little bit and exploit him like a little bit more. So he's being exploited by the real bad guys of the game to basically just be like a henchman. So I
And
set it up
tonight
so
you're
that
gonna go over a little bit how you have your Maya viewport, right, for the lighting. Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I could do that before we leave tonight. I know we talked about doing it last time, and I felt bad afterwards that we forgot about it, but yeah, we can do it tonight.
So just so everyone knows that tonight is the last night for our video game project. The guys are gonna do a little bit more tonight, and they're gonna finish it up next week, and we're gonna actually start a new project. So you know, if you're watching us a little later or tonight, if you have some ideas that you want to throw at the guys or what they possibly could work on next, drop it in the comments, and we're gonna take a look and collect it. So you know, you're part of our community, and we definitely want to create content that you guys want to see, and also that the guys will enjoy. So help us brainstorm a little bit.
Yeah. Thank you. You know, I gotta say, Bradley, you're getting pretty good at this host thing, man. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
Tongue in cheek. That he smirk. I'm trying to see what's happening next.
No, man, I'm being 100% sincere.
Mike, you know, Daddy can't say with a straight face right now.
Listen, I know I joke around. I'm being 100% sincere. Like, you were already good when we started, right? I'm not trying to say that, but I'm just saying, like, you know, you super sharp. I like it. It's pretty cool.
Seven Faces says awesome work, man.
Thanks.
Oh, we got a good idea. Movie monsters.
I like that.
I hate scary shit.
He does.
Scary stuff. Scary stuff is the best, man. I still haven't gone back and watched The Conjuring 2. Or
you want to make some?
Wait, which one are you talking about? The one. This is the thing. They all blend together, man. We watched
the one where they were in London.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Everybody was making such terrible decisions that I was just rooting for the ghost the whole time. So
that kind of is what happens.
Yep.
Nah, like if you like make a black canvas and put glowing eyes on it, I'll be scared. So.
But that fear is good. That's fun.
No, it's not.
Do you like roller coasters or anything like that?
Hell no. Grown ass man was like getting on a roller coaster.
I mean,
I'm 5'6". No one's turning me upside down. All right, I don't like it.
All right, whatever you're into.
Listen, nothing scary is on board. It's funny.
I'm just saying.
Anything scary. So wait a minute. Yeah. How do what do your kids do when it comes time to go on a roller coaster? They go with their mom?
Nah, we wave to them, and like that's when we check that they're old enough to, like, you know, they know where home is. We let them go, and we just wait for them to see if they come back.
I see.
Things you shouldn't say out loud on the internet, Volume 1.
I remember my son's 13 now. We went to Universal Studios. He was 11, and he looked me in his eye, and dead in my eye was so much joy. And he says, "Dad, will you go on the Hulk with me?" I looked him in the eye and I said, "No, son, you can go by yourself."
My goodness, the I gotta say the Hulk ride was good, but then the Transformers one was super good. I don't know if you got on that. That was super good.
No, I didn't get on any of them.
For real?
Nah, dog, not doing it.
That's wild. Right.
Memory.
That's wild.
And when he got, and then when he came back, I'm like, son, you're braver than daddy. You need to be better than daddy. That's what I want.
The Transformers isn't even scary though.
They're all scary.
You know, there's not real robots running around trying to take over Earth. What are you talking about? Oh man, you're tripping.
The 7 says Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I remember that one.
Movie. I actually rewatched that movie probably 5-6 years ago, and it's still terrible.
Hey, Mari Cat.
Hey,
What's up, Mari Cat?
That movie didn't get any better with age.
Last thing I need is you guys modeling killer clowns.
Well, if you saw them, you would really be freaked out because they are like straight up.
Yes, I've seen the movie. I glanced at it.
Oh wait. So you've seen Killer Clowns?
No.
I glanced at Killer Clowns.
He saw it on Blockbuster.
I've seen the property before. I understand your clowns with sinister teeth. All right.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just making sure. I was like, wait, that's inconsistent because.
No, I didn't watch it.
Yeah. Either one of you guys have that fear of clowns? What's it called? I don't know what the fear of clowns is called.
What's that?
Yeah, I don't.
Like the phobia, like
yeah.
the phobias, like I don't know what that is.
Yeah. My wife has, and it's gotten worse over the years. She has trypophobia. It's like the fear of like repeating patterns and dots and stuff like that.
Well,
and
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. It's like, there's some things like you can look up like trypophobia triggers and stuff like that. And you can find like, it's a lot of like natural patterns. Like if you've ever seen tripe, like a animal's like stomach lining or whatever, how it's like all the little holes or whatever. It's, I think that's what it's named after. It's just like that. It's crazy. It's such a weird fear because I'll see something that I think is like a really cool pattern or something. And I'll have it on Instagram and I'll be like, oh, look, and she'll be like, oh my God, get that away from me. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. You're a weirdo. So.
The
now,
seven said fear of clowns equals sane human being.
Exactly. We were talking about trypophobia is the fear of people eating that, then I would totally have it.
Hey, listen, that's the one thing I like to get pho. And that's the one thing I always ask them to sort of leave out. When I was a kid, my grandmother's from Indianapolis, and we ate all kinds of shit. And it was like, just tripe was like, nah, I'm cool.
Wait, what did you say it's in?
Pho.
Is it really?
Yeah. Well, so some pho, like it's in there by default. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But
I love me some pho.
Me too. But I definitely asked them to hold the tripe. No offense to anybody out there that digs it. It's up to you.
Fear of clowns equals Trump phobia.
Well said. Whoever that is. All right, cool. We need to keep that because that is a fact.
So what do you guys got planned this weekend?
Probably fire up the grill.
And I wish. I would just do some grocery shopping and relax. Sounds fun, right? It's going to be one of my first weekends where I actually don't have to worry about doing anything.
Nice. I'm probably going to be doing some UVs for this guy. I'm looking forward to that personally.
I decided a good friend of yours, Mike, who I also follow on Facebook, Bobby Foster. I think he got a credit on Bethesda's new expansion for EOS, so I was inspired to download that and try that, show some support.
Oh, cool.
So
Nice.
I thought. Shout out to Bobby.
The new Ratchet and Clank just came out, and I think we pre-ordered it.
Yeah,
I got it from my daughter, and then I fired it up a little bit earlier this morning just to see like the intro cutscene. Man, if the rest of the game looks like that intro cutscene, this is going to be a very good looking game for sure.
It always looks great, man. That's a amazing.
You know, the game looked
franchise.
better than their animated movie that they did, which is crazy.
Yeah,
Right.
it's so. I love the creature box designs, like just that sort of style. Like, you know, I believe that's where they came together. I'm not sure about that, but like all of the villain characters, like all the reptilian, like lizard-looking villains that's are done in their style. I love that stuff. I love the way it looks.
The Sony finally, do they own that studio now?
I don't know if they're a Sony first-party studio.
Insomniac, right? Is that
Yeah.
Insomniac product?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, but I don't know if they're a Sony. I used to work with a guy who was an engineer, you know, and we were not a Sony first party studio. And I didn't even know what that really meant. And when he sort of explained to me, like, you know, yeah, it doesn't only mean that they own you, but like you have access to tech. I would imagine because of PS5 stuff, they maybe were first party at the very least for this game, but you have access to like the latest and greatest technology that really makes a difference in the look of your game. So places like Naughty Dog and Sony Santa Monica and all that stuff, like
Right.
having the inside track to like talk to engineers, like we need shaders that do this and that kind of thing. So as much hype as there is around this game, I can't imagine that they're not getting some of that love.
Yes. So Sony purchased them on August 2019. Which is probably a really good move.
I mean, I would think after the movie, they probably would really, you know, kind of be on board with them.
They bought them for $229 million.
Nice. Steal, a bargain.
There's like certain like levels of like, I don't know, resources and security with being like directly with Sony, right? Versus, you know, trying to pitch IP and trying to sell it to a publisher, right?
I mean, I would guess, right?
Yeah.
You're tied into directly like the launch of new platforms, all that kind of stuff. Like, so, you know, I mean, but truthfully, I don't know how any of that stuff works. It might be worse somehow. I have no idea.
So we're gonna go around the table, spend a little time on Mike. If you guys have any questions about what the guys are doing, please ask in the comments. We're also, we're also taking ideas for our next project. We're gonna start our next project next week. So any thoughts you guys may have, leave them, drop them in the comments, and we'll check them out. If you want to shoot some ideas here with us live tonight, that'll be awesome too. Mike is doing some high level detail tonight.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if this is even showing up on the screen for folks.
It is.
Yep.
Are you surprised?
I'm surprised.
You know, Mike, I wish I was brave enough to shave my beard, but I'm not going to. You know how hard it is to not look like I'm 12? It's hard.
Yeah. See, for you, it's probably a problem. Me, this is my resting state. Cats know me usually looking like this, so the beard was clearly on some apocalyptic stuff.
Gotta tell you, Mike, you probably one of the only dudes I know that could rock the mustache by itself and not still look like a cop. You know what I mean?
Cop? Yo,
Yeah.
you're gonna tell me you are.
He's saying you look like the Popos.
No, I said you're one of the only ones that could get away with not looking like the Popo.
So you think he's getting away with it? Now that you brought it up, he does look official right now.
You think he looks like Undercover Mike? I don't know.
Like undercover Mike.
I don't know.
You're a cop, you got to tell us.
For the record, everyone, they do not have to tell you. Just in case you want to try to use that.
Movies always make it seem like they do.
Just so everyone know, 48 hours ago, Mike did not have that head done, and he didn't have that pose. This man puts magic. He throws magic up.
I agree.
Bradley was in here while I was doing it. It was a whole lot of Z modeler. That's all this was. Nothing but Z modeler.
I'm actually going to put a hat on you so I can see what class you belong to.
What does that mean?
That's the Harry Potter, man. I don't know what class. I need to know what class you're going to be in. You warlock?
I don't think you watched all Harry Potter, fam.
You ever not watched Harry Potter? Man, you need to go to your HBO Max and start with Sorcerer's Stone.
No, I was saying I don't think you watched all of Harry Potter.
Hey, thank you.
I sure did. All of it. I'm a Harry Potter fan.
Just call my man a warlock. Like, what type of shit is this?
I like the
it's
one
better
where...
call him a witch. Isn't that better than calling him a witch? He's a male, right?
I guess. Touche.
Yeah, I like the episode of Harry Potter where Hermione comes back from spring break and clearly looks different.
It's not canon.
That's my favorite one. You guys see that Saturday Night Live episode?
Yeah. Yep.
It was dope.
Yeah.
Get the camera off me. I'm getting self-conscious here. Get it back.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Little Danny love. It was too much. You don't like the spotlight?
No, not for that long. You got weird.
I'm sorry. You know you do that every other Thursday, right?
I think I should do.
Like mad hours.
like for 4 hours.
4 hours, yeah.
For 4 hours. You do prime time for them, but you won't do prime time for us?
See? What it is.
I only put my Bob, what's that guy? Mayweather's camp.
Bob Arum.
Bob Arum. About that, so we didn't talk about that. What do you thought about the exhibition?
I thought it was a hell of a payday.
That first fight was a smoker. I like that first fight.
Ocho?
No. Oh, second fight then.
Second fight?
What was the second fight? I don't remember the dudes' names, but it was a heck of a fight.
Yeah, they were slugging it out.
Yeah.
I was telling Bradley
I
was telling Bradley the other day, Danny, did you know that there's an exhibition match coming up with who is it, Brad? It's Aaron Carter and who else?
No, I didn't know that. You're saying Aaron Carter and some other famous person.
I can't remember who it is. Yeah.
Wait, Aaron Carter, like
Lamar Odom?
Oh yeah. You told me Aaron Carter and Lamar Odom.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Danny, the kid singer from back in the day, that guy
is gonna fight Lamar Odom.
Yes. And is talking about it like it's a real thing. I
mean, listen, whatever you're into, man. Whatever you're into. I'm officially done with these exhibitions, personally. They're not gonna keep robbing me without a gun.
See what? The simple fact that the payday was more than Michael Jordan's whole career was pretty sad.
Wait. For the Mayweather
not his
fight?
whole career. Not his whole career. First, his 15th year in the league.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah,
Okay.
15th year, because he made like billions.
He didn't get paid billions for that fight? Should have. It was that good.
I got a hot take about Michael Jordan.
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah.
Give it to me.
Do we have to wait until after the show's over?
No, I'll say this one on air. He's obviously one of, if not the greatest player of all time. You can have that debate however you want it. But I do think, so like, I'm super old, and I remember stuff like Magic and Larry Bird doing like Converse weapons and stuff. Like, there was no mechanism for showcasing someone as an athlete, as a superstar like that. The way sort of at that time, like marketing and TV and all that stuff, it was like really dialing in to like they know exactly how to sell you stuff. And like Mike and all that stuff or whatever, for as great as his ability was, I think also that time, like the time that marketing was in, it also helped him a ton in a way that it didn't help other players that also were super skillful.
Yeah.
And I wonder sometimes if it wasn't for the marketing part. When I was a kid, I was running around yelling, like Mike, if I could be like Mike, you know what I mean? And it's like, if that marketing arm didn't exist, would he still be who we think he is today? Or was a lot of that like I think he's still great, obviously, right? I'm not saying he's not great, but the marketing part coming along when it did, I think that's also a big deal.
So I remember.
So marketing aside, his numbers are still his numbers, right?
Yeah.
Right. But even if you take his numbers and you look at other players throughout history, right? There's other players that did comparable things in various categories that we don't look at the same way we look at him because they came pre-marketing.
He was kind of the first really big marketed athlete, though, I think. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like I feel like it's interesting. I remember that slam dunk contest that had him and Dominique Wilkins and Spud Webb, and like I just remember just completely being on the floor when I saw that tomahawk slam that Dominique had, and I just was like, all right, so now he's gonna blow up, and he kind of didn't, and Spud Webb kind of didn't. So I was like, all right, well, Nike didn't get behind them the way that they did Michael Jordan.
Yeah. And I think so Mike, you might remember this. I know Bradley's young butt is not going to remember this, but for me, I remember a time like when, at least in New York, radio was like way different. And it was like, you would turn on any popular radio station and you would hear Run DMC, and then the next people you hear would be like a Madonna or a U2 or Sting or somebody like that, Boy George, and then you go back and you have LL right after that. It was like they didn't know how to like dial in the marketing to like, oh, this is the black station, this is the like white pop music station, this is the what. They didn't really have that yet in the early 80s. And it was like when they figured out how to do all of that stuff to target market to everybody, like even when we grow up, like we did that 80s cartoons thing. They had cartoons when, our parents were kids, but they didn't have cartoons that were run by Mattel and Hasbro.
Right.
And it's like, so they just learned how, in the 80s, they just learned how to market to everybody. And I think Jordan benefited tremendously from that, but that's not trying to take away anything from him. He's obviously like all-time great.
Yeah.
But I think he definitely benefited from that.
We got some comments in the chat. We got Charlie B that says, "What's up, Danny?" And he suggested he said we should do a mashup theme where we make fairy tale characters and comic book characters or something like that.
Ooh, speaking of that, Charlie.
That's my man.
Right before I came in here, I was reading they're bringing back Fables, and it's a crossover with Batman. So did you guys read Fables?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how to read.
So dope. So well, no,
as he scrolls through the Maya menu.
Yeah, right?
Exactly. No, so Fables was a graphic novel that came out, and the reason I got on it was the covers were all painted by who did it?
Alex Ross?
No.
Was it Alex Ross?
No. It's a watercolor artist. Like, he does like watercolors, and I can't remember his name, but he's dope.
And Stelfreeze?
No, it's not Stelfreeze. I have the book.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I'm gonna find out. I might have to hop out for a second to go grab the book. But
Okay.
Anyway, it was really good. They took this what if these fairy tale fables were if they actually were real people and what would happen. So like I think one of them what was it, like Red Riding Hood turned into like a heroin addict or something. Like, it was hardcore.
Damn.
But yeah, but really good. So they're bringing it back, and they're doing a crossover with Batman. So that's a dope idea.
Red Riding Hood running out here in the forest trying to get that H.
We got another question for you, Mike Ram. What's up, guys? Question to Mike. They would like to know about the Venom shirts, and when they can cop the Venom print, and who's selling them.
Oh, see that. All right. So, full disclosure, those shirts that I was showing last stream were just my man kind of doing a proof of concept, what they could do. So none of that stuff is really for sale. It was just kind of, he said, yo, send me whatever dope artwork you have, and I want to show you what I can do as far as printing is concerned. I like that shirt too, man. I don't think that there's going to be any more of them, though, unfortunately. But we can do.
Well, he would also like, and my fault, he also like to know, do you know the name of the printer that they actually printed the shirts on?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So what I'll do is I'll get you the information for them. That was R&H. I think they are out of Charlottesville. And not Charlotte, I'm sorry, Charlotte, North Carolina. So I will, I'll get you the information for that and post it up probably in the links after this is done.
Another comment from Latin. Just had this argument about the greatest players. Why does none remember Kareem or Dr. J?
Oh, what are you talking about?
Kareem probably had
both of those guys.
Yeah, Kareem probably had the greatest all-around career of anybody, I think. Like, if you go all the way from like high school up to college, Kareem probably had the best like historically good. But yeah. Yeah, I agree. I've said for a lot of years, I don't like when people say, oh, rings, like, you know, the way they look at Jordan and LeBron and they go, oh, rings. That's a team stat. Like, Jordan never won one without Pippen, and he wouldn't win one without Pippen, right? Like, you know, I just don't think that would have happened, or somebody else in that role, you know. So the formula was always Pippen, a strong rebounder and a strong shooter, whether it was Hodges or Paxson or, you know, whoever they got in that shooting role. I'm blanking on the other dude. Oh, Steve Kerr. But that was the formula.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Danny.
Oh yeah,
make my screen big for a second.
We're about to jump into what's good. So, Mike, you can start us off with what's good.
All right, so this is going to be a twofer because this is kind of dovetailing off of what we were just talking about. The artist that did the covers for Fables is James Jean. If you don't know who James Jean is, he is an amazing artist, one of my favorites, James Jean.
Latin was actually saying that as well.
Yeah, amazing artist. His stuff is so dope. So if you, I don't know if he's on ArtStation. He's probably bigger than ArtStation, but do a Google search for James Jean, look at his work. If you don't own it already, pretty young dude. This is him right here. and he has some really good YouTube videos where he's talking about his process and kind of how he got where he did. So check him out. And if you haven't picked up the Fables book, the one that I have is saw it on here somewhere. The book that I have is, I don't know, it's not on here. It's on Amazon. Go to Amazon. All right, so the other thing, it's basically a collection of all of his covers, and also read it. It's dope. What I was going to say for what's good is Jay Hill, who's a guy, I really like his work. He did an orc tutorial on YouTube where he goes through and gives you the entire process for this guy right here, as well as his rendering and his hair setup, using fiber mesh as guides, taking him into Maya and using XGen to create this hair, make it clumpy and all that. He takes it into Nuke and does compositing and gets these really nice bokeh effects for the background. And it's just really, really dope. So he wanted to do his take on a mashup between the World of Warcraft orc and the one from the Hobbit movies. And I think that he really nailed it. So he's got some Substance Painter stuff in there as well. Just really beautiful stuff. This guy always kills it. So check that out. And that's my what's good.
And I also linked the Fables covers book from Amazon for James Jean.
James Jean, awesome. Thank you, man.
Yep, actually on sale for $23.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Thanks, nice.
All right, Danny, what's good?
So I also have some tutorialage. There's a gentleman named Arvid Schneider, and he does a lot of sort of look dev tutorials. So in particular, he just released two of them. One of them is sort of creating a plant, almost like if you've ever seen Little Shop of Horrors, right? So it's like a Little Shop of Horrors plant. These are both substance tutorials. And it's really, really good going through that stylized sort of look. The other one is how he's making this scooter asset. And he's got a very active sort of Discord channel. And what he does is he approaches people in Discord and sort of says, hey, can I take that asset and sort of do a tutorial with it? And then he releases it on YouTube. So there's so much good information in these two tutorials. And he's also got a ton of really good Arnold rendering tutorials. So if you're using Arnold to render, I would highly recommend it. So that's my what's good for the week. So
what about the Maya lighting? You want to do that?
Oh yeah, sure. So let me find where my current lighting is.
And I shared the YouTube link for Arvid as well.
All right, cool. All right, so I'll recreate it from scratch. So, your vanilla Maya is going to look sort of like this, right? And what I'm going to do is, if you hit 7 on the keyboard, you see your lighting. I just deleted my lights, so I don't have any lights in here. What I usually do while I'm working here in Viewport, I like to see shadows, because you get better sort of ideas about the contour of things when you see your shadows. So what I'll do is I'll make a simple light in here, and you can go into the light itself. I'm not going to spend too much time with it, but you can play with sort of the shadow color information, right? And I usually make several of these lights, right? So I'll have one that's sort of my sort of general key light, one that's like my rim light, and just like in most things where I'm adding lighting, I usually, just to see what the effect of the light is, I will go ahead and add a color to it. So like my rim light, if I want it to be really, really sort of hot, I'll go ahead and just make it red, just so I can see where it's covering. And once I see where the coverage is, and if I like it, I'll go ahead and make that just a white light again because I don't want to be influenced by the color. And the last step that's really easy is you take those lights and you parent them to your camera. And if your camera is turned off, then they'll inherit that visibility. So you have to show your camera. So once you show your camera, you do that. And the advantage there is once you have the rim light, when you start rotating, it moves with the camera. So the rim light always acts as a rim light. You never catch it. So you can see your objects contextually. Sometimes if things are getting too dark, what I do is I add one more light, and I'll just use either a point light or an ambient light, and that'll blow out everything. So you just take the contribution. And again, if you make it a weird color, you'll see exactly what its contribution is. You can now take its contribution and turn it way, way, way down. So just something to barely fill in the shadows. And then I'll just make it a white light again. And it's something. So also Alt B in Maya will cycle through the background colors. And you get this weird black and blue gradient in the background. You see mine is replaced with a gray gradient. To do that, if you go to Windows, Settings and Preferences, Color Settings, and you go to 3D Views, you can change your background top and bottom gradient to whatever you want. So I just have mine set to just be a grayscale thing like this because most of the time I'm just evaluating shape like this. And that's really it for me. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's a very simple thing. Yeah.
That looks so. I wish that in a future iteration of ZBrush we could have just some lighting like that, because your model just took on a whole different level just with the lighting. Yeah,
you know what's crazy? I was so like I really wish that ZBrush would do a viewport update. Yeah. If I go here, probably like one of my oldest videos on Vimeo is an old video of, it's got to be over a decade old now, of me in Mudbox when Mudbox first hit. So I think it might have been pre Autodesk buying it when it was still Sky Matter, like the dudes from Weta that first made it or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's super duper old and the model's not great, but the lighting in the viewport is great. And it's like the fact that you could see like shadows that you could really control and fall off or whatever, and you could like have things that glow and they glow onto other things, whatever. And it's like just that. So this was like it was a Nightcrawler, and like being able to just paint on the model and see the lighting on the model when you go to add the lights and stuff. It's super duper old, but it was like it was so much better than still what I can get in the viewport today.
Yeah.
In ZBrush, you know, just adding multiple lights that are real lights that you can move around and not having them like bound to a matte cap or anything like that. So it's like it was just very easy and fast. And
I'm sitting here now looking at I'm looking at the light kind of catching on the mask and the legs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's even without even, it's probably like a blend or something, right? Like that's not even exciting.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
it's dope, dude.
Thanks, man. It's pretty simple. The shadows here, you have to tune the resolution of the shadows a little bit, or else they get a little bit poppy like this. You know, but most of the time even I'll just toggle them on and off. So you could just hit 6 or 7. But just seeing like two other things. Sorry. If you go into the viewport settings, you can play with screen space ambient occlusion, which will give you sort of just the local shadows. And then you can play with
the window over, Danny.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my dumb head is in the way, isn't it? So if I do that, you could play with the samples for the AO. You can play with the amount of AO and then the radius of it. You know, so get something that works well for the scale that you're working at.
What is that? What is that you're messing with?
So in the camera, there's like each camera has its own like sort of what are you using to render? You could tell it to render with Arnold, or if you go into the preferences, you could do like old school, just OpenGL rendering. But by default, it goes to viewport 2.0. And if you,
I'm sorry, I was hoping you were going to say AO, and then I was going to say I.
Oh damn!
Yeah. Sorry.
Damn. Sorry.
Because you said it a couple
missed
times.
opportunity. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's all that was. That's all that
Man.
was. I tried, you know.
Nah, I should have caught it.
Little
No,
more prep.
then you got multi-sample anti-aliasing. So like you can see how you can see all the like sort of little bits on this thing. If you turn the anti-aliasing on, it helps to eliminate a lot of that. And when I bring decimated things in like this, I don't I usually just bring them in and I don't smooth them. I just will bring them in like this, and if I need to see the highlights on them, just toss on like a little blend or something like that, and just control the highlight with that. And it just helps you see around the object a little bit more. So yeah, I don't like that in the ZBrush viewport. It's so hard to see what the thing really is going to look like, you know. So
yeah, and even if you try to do something like I'm faking a backlight on my guy, and if you render it, it casts shadows even when you tell it not to, so it kind of messes up the whole thing.
Yeah. So yeah.
Charlie B said, Danny Mudbox, the God sculpting program. Glad you're giving it props.
You know what, Charlie? Shut your ass up. So for context, Charlie is a very good friend of mine. I love that guy. Me, him, and our other friend Shihan have spent many a night sitting there till way too late in the morning debating sports and movies and software and all kinds of shit. So that's my guy.
All right, everyone, we're on our last hour. So you have any questions for the team, please let me know and I'll share it. We're also collecting ideas for our next project. So this is the last week that we're going to be working on this. And next week we start a new project, but the team will be able to show you their final renders or final comps next Friday when we start. So please, ideas.
Hey, Bradley, can you throw up a link to my my Gumroad too, just in case anybody hasn't gotten it yet? Thank you, brother.
Mike did an awesome anti-venom piece. Did you do the bonus? Is the bonus video there yet?
I haven't uploaded that. I will be uploading that. Yeah, and I also need to get the poster for the pre-order people. Digital artwork.
Latin says shameless plug. Can't be a shameless plug if it's your own if it's your own platform. You just talking about your stuff. Can't be a shameless plug on your when you own something. It can't be shameless. It's yours, right?
Little do you know that the whole reason I dupe Bradley and Danny into doing this little thing is to plug my anti-venom.
Once you're done with sales, it's just like you just don't show up.
I'm just Well, what happened to Mike?
It's like, damn.
It's bounced.
It's foul, Mike.
We have a really good question from Charlie B. It says, Danny, have you found a way to do the same light parent setup in Blender?
You don't need to in Blender because like this stuff, at least to me, because this stuff is all basically fake in general. But yes, it'll totally work in Blender. It'll work in anything 3D. It works in Marmoset. Anything where you can make like the light is a node that you can like make the child of another node. It will absolutely work. But I find that in Blender, because here I'm not getting any bounce lighting, but in the Blender viewport, if I turn on cycles especially, you're getting bounce lighting throughout the environment. So basically I just don't need the fakeness. Like it'll give me a better result. Like it'll give me real shadows and all that stuff. I just don't know how to model well enough in it to be in there full time yet, but it's coming. I will get there for sure. I definitely believe that at some point I'll cross over completely and leave Maya alone. Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeffrey, for the like on Facebook. Jeffrey Lee Bush gave us a like on Facebook. Thank you.
Hey, what's up, man? That's my nephew. What's up, Jeff?
Oh, nice.
Hey, mama, say hi.
That's it. I'm calling you Uncle Mike for the rest of the episode.
You could do that.
Cool.
Jeff is a grown ass man, though, so.
Damn it.
Just letting you know.
So, can I call him Uncle Jeff then?
All of my nephews. So Jeff is. I'm just gonna say he could easily transition to the MMA, and it would not be a problem. He's.
Oh, I don't want no smoke, Jeff. It's all good. I'll address you how you want to be addressed, sir.
Freaking huge.
Yeah, I'm cool on that.
For the life. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Exactly. I'm not trying to get beat up by nobody with the words MMA behind their name.
That was a great guy, man.
Ram gave us the idea. It's warrior chess piece. Example, Spartan. Mongol Zulu.
Nice. About YouTube, do you guys have any ideas? We could do an open brainstorm, right?
Yeah. I'm thinking like let's do some Pixar level type stuff.
I think it would be fun to do something a little sort of on the stylized tip like that. But I think like style like that it's weird because like we've done a good job so far with the 2 projects of like being style agnostic, you know? And it's like, I think the theme, if it's broad enough, then you could do it in any style, right? Like if we did that Killer Clowns thing, you could do it in a Pixar style. You could do it in whatever. So, but we can't do the Killer Clowns thing because then
we don't want to scare people.
Bradley's not going to talk.
Mostly me.
We wouldn't have a moderator if we did.
I was like, I don't know who's uploading those videos. It's like I gotta watch that. Who's doing that?
Hey man, did you upload the videos? I guess I hit upload. I guess
like they went somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Insane Pixel says 80s movies.
Oh, that could be cool.
That's just mean you're doing Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Either that.
There were other people in the 80s. Bruce Willis was in the 80s.
Was Back to the Future 80s? That was 80s, right?
Yeah, that was 80s. Yeah, that was 80s.
There was a lot of good 80s stuff, man.
Yeah.
I'm a little biased, but that's my favorite decade. Saying.
I think that I heard somebody say the decade where you became attracted to whatever it is you're attracted to, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, guys, girls, poodles, whatever, right? Like, whenever that happened for you, that's your decade. I was like, makes sense.
That's like about right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 2000s, cool. That's my decade. All right.
That's like 2020.
You young ass.
Y'all not gonna double click? Y'all not gonna double click? No.
Nope. Have that. Have that, sir.
Charlie B, chess pieces in any style as character one does white and one does black. Ah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Now, then if we decide to do a little merch after, you can sell a whole chess set, a printed chess set.
That's actually
Charlie, I knew I liked you.
That was not mine. That was Charlie B's.
No, that's what I was saying. Charlie, I knew I liked you. Except for your mud box predilection. I had somebody ask recently, I think because of something I said on one of these broadcasts.
So it's a combination. It's a combination because I don't want Ram to show up at my house. It was first Ram's idea, and then Charlie like kind of brushed some added to it. I don't want no issues. I don't want no smoke. No smoke.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Gentlemen. No, I don't know. I forgot what I was saying.
Charlie B says executive produced by Ram. Make sure we roll the credits.
I like this track right here.
And please don't forget to like and subscribe on our channel. We release content every Friday, and we release time lapses over the weekend or at the latest Monday that you guys could see some of the work that the team did. Mike, you got to finish watching. You got to finish watching The Witcher because season 2 is going to be out soon.
Crying out loud. Just give it up on The Witcher, man.
Dude, just watch The Witcher. Just watch The Witcher, man.
Let me tell you something. I watched all of The Witcher from last season. I already finished it.
Okay.
I didn't like the whole his witch girlfriend. I didn't like that part. The bard got on my nerves.
Yennefer.
Yeah, I don't like her. I liked her when she had a big hump on her back. She was dope with the hump. When she got pretty, I didn't like her.
No kink shaming, whatever you're into.
Yep. And then the bard got on my nerves. That's all I'm saying. So, you know, the one scene I liked in The Witcher that was dope, and there was only one scene like that.
The one scene out of 8 episodes.
Yes, you know the one.
I know you ain't talking, Mr. Invincible.
I know, right? So, or even just saying, yo, I don't like Loki because it left things unresolved after the first episode.
Episode 1.
yeah, one episode. But no, the scene where he was fighting that swamp monster was dope, and then they didn't give you any more of that. Like, I want to see The Witcher kicking some monster behind. You know what I'm saying?
See, I like Yennefer's transformation. I think that actress did such a good job, like going from one to the other.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the beginning, I didn't know who she was. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Is this a person with an actual disability? I didn't know.
No, she was rocking that hump, man.
Mike, Insane Pixel said, did you run out of time to make the girl? And Witcher is amazing.
So, agree to disagree. And I started like messing around with that, and I was like, okay, I like the idea of him having the conquered like main monster more than the girl. So that's why I kind of changed it up. Like, just overall, I wouldn't be upset having this on my desk now that I have a coherent thought.
Ram, that's a good idea for later. I feel like we've been sculpting a lot of muscle dudes, so I don't know, but later that would be a really good one. a Frazetta Boris sort of
Oh, that
thing.
would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And Julie Bell.
Yeah.
Let's not leave out Julie Bell.
So, who is your preferred artist, Boris Vallejo or his wife Julie Bell? And I'll tell you what mine is.
I'm not well versed enough to give you an articulate answer, but I'm gonna just say on some down with the patriarchy stuff, I'm gonna say Julie Bell.
Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. First of all, don't do that. But Julie Bell, technically, better painter, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
Boris has done some prolific work. He's a dope artist. He also is even at whatever age he is way more muscular than me, so I wouldn't like try to fight him. But his wife is dope.
Yeah.
I like Julie's work a little better. That's just me.
I think I told you guys before. I found their work before I found Frazetta's work, and I was like, "Who's this Frazetta guy biting off of Boris Vallejo, Julie Bell?"
Nice.
The ignorance of youth.
What happened to the music, Brad?
Oh yeah. Wait, he dropped out. Sorry, guys, having a little bit of technical difficulties. Bradley lives in Florida. Florida man might be hunting him right now.
Florida man has got him. I wonder if he even knows he's not in here.
Insane Pixel said, "How about female bombshells?"
That would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Just going
I
through.
like the idea that mainly because I do way more dudes and I need to get better at women. Oh, Bradley lost internet. All right, so he'll be back when he's back. Sorry about that, you guys. What time do we get out of here? 11, right?
11. Yeah, 11.
All right, so hopefully
Yeah, he's got some time to get back. My phone hasn't pinged yet with him going, "I got no power," or anything like that. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it did. He said he. Oh no, that was an hour ago. Nope, just now he said lost internet again. So we may be flying solo.
Maybe
Sans
so.
Brad.
If that's
Sans
the
Bradley.
Yeah, I know, right? If that's the case, you guys are gonna have to ask a lot of questions and we'll moderate ourselves.
Yeah, for sure. Ram, I don't know who that is. Throw a link in the chat, Ram. Ram said, "What about Varga Girl Challenge?"
Oh, the is that the Italian artist, right? That does the pinup girls? Like or did? Like is it Varga or Vargas?
I do not know.
Alberto Vargas, is that who you're talking about? 'Cause I have a book of his.
Oh man. Oh wait, are you talking about Alberto Ruiz?
All right, let me get my book. Let me get my book. Hold on a second.
Yeah. Alberto Ruiz is dope. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but he's dope too. All right, so this is growing pains of a new production. Normally we rely on Bradley to hook up the music. So sorry there's no music playing right now. But for next time we'll try to have the music come in from a third independent source, so that way if any of us fall out, we still have that.
So because I'm not, oh, here it is. All right, I found it. Found it. Let me make my screen.
Go for it. And then Insane, I saw your question. I'll hit it after Mike shares the book.
So but this is Alberto Vargas screen.
Oh, nice.
And he's dope, like all pin-up. I'm sure you've seen this before. Very like beautiful pin-up artwork. This would be hard to sculpt, actually. I don't want to do this. This is too hard. But you know, pin-up stuff.
You know, that's one of the things that I think when, like, I'm sure we have people like watching or watching later on YouTube or whatever at all levels of experience, but like when you're first starting out, you don't think that stuff like that is going to be super difficult, but it really is. Like ladies and babies, super hard because you
100%.
you can't mess up any angle. Everything's got to be right, or else they just look super janky real fast.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, ladies and babies. Absolutely. All right, I didn't do. Oh man. All right. So we knew that Brad was integral to this, but without music, it got a little
Now we
stupid.
really know. Yeah, I know.
It got
Oh,
real.
there he
Oh,
is. He's back.
speak of the devil.
He's back. He just popped in.
Y'all wasn't talking about my
Man.
mama, were you?
We
No.
were just talking about how much we missed you, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And that music.
More music, right? More music.
There he is. Boom. It's like that saved. Hey, Insane Pixel, for your question, it's not a projected height map on the skin. It's done by hand. It's a lot of just damn standard and patience, and then a little bit of one of the built-in alphas from ZBrush. So I'll show you. I'll take. Let's see, where's his body? So I'll duplicate this subtool and then drop down to a lower level, and then delete higher and go back up. It's a lot of so I have two brushes here, Damn Standard and the Orbs Crack. And then the Damn Standard, something I picked up from Geo Knackpill, is because it has a pinch on it. If you make the brush really big, you actually get two concave things coming in, and you make it a little bit less intense, right? So for all the big folds, I use this a lot, and then for smaller folds or wrinkles or whatever, I'll go in and crank up the intensity and use it a little bit more like how I normally would use it, and just try to find patterns that look like they radiate out based on the movement of the sort of the like almost like memory wrinkles or memory folds sort of thing.
Danny, you said that's the Damn Standard?
Yeah. You just use it a little bit bigger than normal, and then turn down the intensity, and then it gives you like a really nice. That was from Geo did a webinar for Mold 3D, and he was showing how he was using some of these tools. The other one I stole from that webinar was he's got a clay buildup that he uses, and I made my own version of that. So like normal clay buildup sort of looks like this. It's a little bit softer, this one, so you can build up the form, and it just gives you like a little bit softer of a cross section. Also, I have this one set to backface masking is on by default, for this one. So if you get into areas like this, whatever, you don't end up jacking up one side when you're messing up the other side.
Nice.
So yeah, those are the two things. And then the last one is orbs crack. So when you want to go in and make like much deeper intent sort of things, orbs crack is super strong. So maybe dial it down a little bit and just work with this like way smaller. So this is where getting music on is a big deal. And then the standard brush, like something most of us have done for a long time, but you get an alpha, if you use something like that alpha 7 standard brush with either drag dot or drag rectangle, and I got to divide this guy a couple more times. Oops. So then yeah, I think he's at I bumped him up to 48. Don't want to do that. There you go. So 3 million should be enough. And you can, if you turn this down, again, the intensity, you should be able to get quick chicken skin kind of things.
And that's alpha 7, you said?
Yeah, that's this one. There's two of them. There's alpha 7, and then there's a sharper one, alpha 23. But I think they're the same thing, just one of them's blurred or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just like a quick, like chicken skin sort of.
You got a question from Latin. He says, "Whoa, how did you stop the stepping and clay buildup?"
Oh, it's I can actually we can figure out a mechanism, whether it's our ArtStation or some other mechanism, to share it out. But I can share these brushes with you. But it was changing the alpha. So the first alpha for clay buildup is this square alpha, which gives you that sort of squarish cross section, and the other one gives you a slightly more round cross section for when you build up, and it's just because the alpha's one of the rounder alphas. And then there was something else that he changed in, I don't remember it offhand, but it was one of the things in the brush settings that he changed. It might have been depth. Let me look at the depth of that and the depth of that. Yeah, it's the depth. So if you look here, you can see the depth of this is a little more deep than the depth of this one. And it just gives you like a slightly different feel that I like. And then I have backface masking in my UI here, so I can turn it on and off per brush. But with the backface masking on, it won't mess up the other side of it. So yeah, I like both of those. And I jump back and forth between the two, so but those are the skin things, insane. And yeah, LN, let me know if you need that brush.
Still, man. I didn't know that thing about the damn standard. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, it's cool. I never thought about. I only used it like as a tiny brush before, and then when I saw the way he was using it, I was like, okay, that's pretty neat.
And what you guys could do is, if you send a DM to our Instagram page with how we can reach out to you to get you that, just send it directly to our Instagram page, Stylus League.
Yeah. Long time.
Oh, how did it feel to run everything without me? You guys did okay?
No, scary.
We cried.
Way scary, dude.
It was the killer clowns of this episode. It was terrible. I looked at my phone. I was like, "Oh, he hasn't said he's lost it." Oh yeah, he just said he lost internet.
Covered all my bases.
It led us to sort of openly thinking about like next time, how do we serve the music independently? So if one of us goes silent, we still have it.
Yeah. Good question.
Bradley's
That's
like,
that's how we kick you out.
Security, bitches.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
Yeah, that's a shame for you guys.
Kind of hard, co-founder. Kind of hard. Kind of hard. Kind of hard.
Started this shit.
Kind of hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk your shit, Brad. I love it. Damn, there I go again. Brad Lee.
All right.
I feel like every time one of us calls you Brad, we should have a thing eventually
like a
where people
jar.
just admonish us in the chat. Name is Bradley.
I already get that. I told y'all.
Yeah, it's true.
I just call Mike, tell him what I think about him.
Damn.
Do a 101.
Does.
Ooh, that's a good one, Ram. Ram said, what about Boondocks Simpsons challenge?
I would definitely model some Boondock stuff.
That would be fun. You know what? We can model it, and then I can get it in front of Aaron. We went to school together.
Oh, nice. It's a pimp named Slickback. You gotta say the whole thing.
I saw somebody did a really nice Huey on Instagram. So it's kind of been done. But we could do somebody else.
It could be fun too if there's like a particular property or world. So like, for example, I wouldn't want to do The Simpsons personally, but just using that as an example, you know, hey, what would a original character look like in that style sort of deal? That could be a fun one too.
Yeah, so, you know what would be dope is designing like a character that could be in the Rick and Morty world.
Exactly. Yeah, something like that. Like you find, like maybe you pick the property and then you pick the character, you know, and then sort of like, hey, this is what my dude or gal would look like in that world. That'd be pretty
Latin
good.
has a good suggestion. He's like, you guys need a third host to take the live.
Yeah.
There it is.
Maybe that person can control the music. We do have a great slate of guests coming up. Too early to talk about them, but very, very soon. Very, 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 very soon.
And also, too, that's another thing. If there's individuals that you think you would like to see us reach out to, an interview or whatever, feel free to drop their names, you know?
Yes.
All right, weird abstract question for everybody in the chat and for you guys. Okay. You can have dinner with any 3 famous people, dead or alive. Who are they?
I'm gonna take some thought on this one.
I'm just gonna come right out and tell you I don't like these kind of things, but I will come
All
up
right,
with
never mind then. Don't worry about it.
I will,
It's all
I
right.
will come up. I usually kind of go out of my way to avoid these questions, but
All right.
I'm a team player. I'm gonna come
No,
up with
me
3.
too. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to. I don't want to. If it's something that is, if it's a trigger, I don't want to do that.
It is a little triggering, but I'll come up with 3.
All right. What
This
if
is
we
not-
spice it up? What if we spice it up? 3 people you absolutely wouldn't want to have, dinner with.
No,
And,
I think that's dangerous.
and
That's
listen, let's just go ahead and eliminate 45. Let's just do that right now. He's
Oh,
not
okay.
part of it because
That's easy. That's easy. That's the easy one.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and then I'll have dinner with anybody else.
I would have dinner with Kobe. Who else? Well, if I had Kobe would be it. I really love Kobe. I have Kobe stuff all over my office. Kobe was. I looked up to Kobe.
That's so. I mean, it's still so ridiculously sad.
Yeah, Kobe was.
All this time later, it's still so sad. It's crazy.
Oh, Brad, you said office, and I thought about something. I actually ordered a couple of tables, so I will be getting my printer set up this weekend. And
cool.
You guys were asking, what would I be doing this weekend? I probably will be doing a couple test prints.
Nice.
Yeah, hit us up. We love to watch your prints slowly be successful or not.
Exactly.
What slicer are you using?
That's the thing. I think I'm gonna have to plunk down the money for, what'd you say, Chitu box? But
I use Lychee, but I can let you use my login.
Lychee.
If you want to try it?
Yeah, well, maybe don't say it on the air.
I said I'll let you try it. All right, I'll let you try it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know that? Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, because I don't know about resin printing slicers. I know about
Chitu box is okay.
PLA. But you know what? I saw you and Uncle Jesse saying that Lychee is the one. And
$19 for a year is really good.
Oh, that's all it is? All right, well, that's not bad.
Yep, $19 for a year.
So Brad has a weird tick about movies or TV shows that don't resolve in one episode. I kind of have that same type of a thing about software that I can never own. It's just a principle thing, and I don't like renting my software. I don't rent cars and I don't rent software. Just saying.
I love it. I love being able to rent my software.
Oh gosh,
I'm serious, because it's like you want to turn off the faucet, you turn off the faucet. So it's like I do a subscription to Maya, and as soon as I am able to switch over to Blender, that subscription is gone. It's not like I bought it and own it. And
my only thing is, how many times have you paid for Maya with your subscription and you never own it?
Well, here's the thing. Maya being subscribed is probably the best way.
Yeah.
Maya's a bad example because it's automatic.
Yeah. No. But the other part with that too, though, is like, you are grandfathered into upgrades this way. You buy it, you got to buy the upgrade. You know what I mean? Like right now, I can upgrade to Maya 2022 with a monthly subscription, no problem. You know what I mean? And it's like if I bought Maya 2020 or 2018 or whatever, I'd be on that, and then I have to pay for the upgrade. So like, yeah, I like it this way. I like being able to turn it off, like so I can stop any of my subscriptions if I'm like not going to be using a computer for a month, or if my computer, fizzles out, or if I decide to become a monk or whatever. Just turn it all off easy.
See, I never remember to do that, and that's the problem. Like I remember having a subscription to There's a photo reference site, and they have like dramatic poses for women and for dudes and all this other stuff, and I really like it. But I went on there and I had it for probably 2 years, and I got pretty much what I needed, and I forgot about it and never used it. And I'd notice at the end of the year when I'm doing taxes that I have 29 euros that I've been paying for like 4 or 5 years. I was like, dude, what in the hell is this thing? So that's why.
No, I'm looking at the comments. I'm with you on the not Kanye, Ellen. And he said he meant that like we need a third artist to do The Simpsons because both Mike and Danny are sculpted boondocks. That's a fact. Oh man, Ellen, you speaking my language. Yes, all three of them. Garbage.
You think something's wrong with Charlemagne? What's wrong with Charlemagne?
We could talk about it off air, but 1,000%. Yeah, but we could talk about it off air. I like the Ray Harryhausen, Stan Winston, all that. I'll tell you a guilty thing for me. Ray Harryhausen was someone that I didn't understand the significance of for a very long time, because it's like I grew up after Star Wars was around. So by the time, like the very first movie I ever got taken to see in the theater was Star Wars, and like by the time I saw some of the Harryhausen stuff, I was like, man, those skeletons look fake as hell. So you know what I mean? So it's like that to me. Yeah. That's the way it was to me, but I didn't understand his historical significance and like how hard everything he did was until later, till I had a better appreciation for art. And then I felt like an absolute idiot for feeling like that, but
stop motion stuff was kind of revolutionary for what was happening.
Big time. So, I feel like an idiot forever. Basically, I had a bunch of wild, dumb art opinions when I was super young.
Doesn't everybody?
Yes. Now I have more nuanced, dumb art opinions. So
I have more dumb opinions about stuff not pertaining to art.
There it is.
But I'm getting older, so that's allowed. Kind of lean into it.
Mr. Andy said he was able to meet Ray when he was 16.
That must be great. That must have been great.
Insane Pixel said he likes Mike's thoughts on The Witcher. It's always got to be somebody with Mike.
Nice.
Always got to be somebody with Mike.
All right. Listen.
That's not.
Hey, listen. You have the right to be wrong. It's all good.
That's not the first time that Insane Pixel has made the right call. That's all I'm saying. On the right side of history on this.
I'm surprised. I would have thought that would be your jam.
The Witcher?
Yeah. I would have thought you would have liked it.
Listen. Unfortunately, Henry Cavill, however you say his name, is suffering from Napoleon Dynamite syndrome. He will always be Superman. He is the Superman. # that's my Superman. And so all this other stuff, the Mission Impossible, The Witcher, all that, you can keep all that.
So I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that Mission Impossible trailer,
yeah,
and he does that little thing where he like takes his arms and goes woof woof and starts like marching towards Tom Cruise. I was like, yo, this dude looks tough as hell right now.
Yeah. Well, listen, because of that movie, we had that ridiculous little cell phone footage that they tried to play off in the Justice League movie with the photoshopped out mustache. So
yeah, that was wild. That was wild.
I'm feeling some kind of way about that thing.
Well, I mean, they should have just threw a fake mustache on him because Mission Impossible is not as iconic as Justice League. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that they made the wrong call there.
Dude, real talk. Is it easier to put on a fake mustache or CG out a real mustache? Like, how crazy is that?
That man had in his contract. He had to have a mustache in his contract.
Dude, but I'm just saying, like, 100%.
He was gonna let old money mess up the new money.
I can go down to that's ridiculous. I can go down to Party City and get the same mustache that Henry Cavill has in Mission Impossible, and save millions of dollars and the embarrassment.
And it'll be called something real stupid like the Lady Killer or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The Buck Williams.
Yeah. The dashing bloke.
See Danny and his production artist self. If I was just gonna render out, just put poly groups, zero mesh it, call it a day.
I might still do that. Right now, I'm just like, you know what? Let me just see if I could just throw some trims on here real quick. But yeah, I might end up doing it that way. But I think the stuff for the bag and then a little bit of touch up on the body and sculpting on the mask is like the last like sculpting stuff I have to do.
Did you already generate UVs on the heart pieces already when you were making them?
Yeah, not yet, but
okay.
I have a system for that I think is going to make that go pretty quickly. And there's so many repeated pieces. Like, so things like the screws and like these little ports and stuff like that, they're sort of all around, like just flipped around and things. So I think like I'll be able to copy those UVs around like relatively easy. So yeah, I think all of the UVing will be done in a couple of hours. So probably a couple hours in the morning, I'll just do it. But I'm itching to get them into substance. Finish up soon. Start importing those pieces.
Time for our NBA check-in.
Who's playing tonight?
So 76ers beat Atlanta, so it's 2-1 in that series. And Phoenix is playing Denver. End of the first quarter, 37-27, Phoenix up.
Nice. Chris Paul is balling.
Yeah. I would prefer to see Chris Paul and them take on the Nets.
Yeah.
They're not going to win, but I would like to see that game.
I will be right back.
Ram, I'll ask him when he comes back. All right, Mike, you got to carry us. Danny stepped away. What you doing? What you working on?
Just made some quick UVs and pasted them on this tongue. I'm going to add some noise and just get a little quick texture on there.
You know, these are good old days, you know, Friday night, which is Mike.
I know, just the old days. I like this much better.
Oh, the just you? Oh, I'll tell Danny about that.
No, stop it. I like the new format. I like better. What are you doing? What are you doing, dude?
So Ram asks, can you share your thoughts on your layout? So when you mean layout, the piece that he's working on?
Is that what's come up?
I don't know.
So if you mean the composition of the piece, then
Yes, he's referred to your piece. Yes.
All right. So let me go back to it. Here. So I wanted to have some of the characters from the game, the monsters that I really liked, and I love how they have these skeleton guys and just skulls and stuff like that. So I thought for the base I would throw in some random skulls. I used, just because I was running out of time, I used some of the pre-made assets that I had laying around. This sawgrass is one of them, and it's nice because I can just kind of drag them out where I want and move them around. The skulls were from Ryan Kingsland's anatomical person. I just grabbed a skull, and I grabbed some of the Bad King monster effect hands, and I ended up using this one, which I believe is Danny's. Just kind of popped that in the ground and then played with the proportions of it, kind of stretched it out a little bit, and made it a little more gnarly. And then for the main character, like the main baddie in the game is this dude right here. So I kind of did a take which is more like the updated version, this guy. And that's what I've been working on tonight with the other one in Symmetry. I took it all, and after I quickly kind of had it together, I merged it down and threw it into the scene. You can see I'm going to work on the neck tonight. What do we have? Oh, I guess I'm not going to work on the neck tonight. We only got 7 minutes left. But I was going to do this neck, and then I want to print it, right? Like I posed the guy. I want him to feel heroic. You can see I meant to do his elbow in here because that's missing on both sides. So I got to do that, and then that's kind of the deal for this guy.
Cool. And Danny, Ram asked if you can post a link to your old Vimeo videos.
Yeah, sure. Let me find that real quick. There you go, Ram.
Ram said thank you, Danny.
Oh, no worries.
Be right back, guys.
Danny, you already have everything laid out and ready to go into Substance?
Nope.
You still have
that's gonna be this weekend. I gotta do so I am thinking about how I'm gonna break up these these texture sets.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm gonna have one for the mask, which is probably gonna be like 2 or 3 UDIMs. One for the bag, that's gonna be 2 UDIMs. One for the skin, that's gonna be 2 UDIMs, and one for the legs, that's probably gonna be at least 3 UDIMs. So those will be my texture sets, I think. The legs might end up being more. Oh, and one for the guns, which would be probably 2 or 3 UDIMs. So yeah, all that stuff will get laid out tomorrow. I could have done some of it tonight, but I'm like, yeah, I don't think anybody wants to sit there for 2 hours and watch.
Watch you make you
UVs get laid out. Yeah, so I was like, I'll do that off camera.
For your final render, are you going to do anything that kind of calls back to Oddworld, like with type or anything like that? Or are you just going to kind of have him stand on his own?
Nope, kind of have him standing on his own. Might throw a little base or something under him, but at the very least, I'll throw him in a pose and just sort of render him in Arnold.
One thing that kind of looks cool as it's on that final Lion-O that I did, just throwing the Thundercats logo behind him. I think made it 1,000 times better than when I just had him standing there.
Yeah,
so
maybe throw like a Rupture Farms thing in there or something like that.
Yeah, that could be cool, man. Or what was the soda that they made the guys out of? Didn't they? What were they?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of but yeah, they were making it out of like one of the creatures.
Yeah. I got to replay that game. I used to really like it, man.
The new one that just came out is really good. I downloaded it and I started messing with it, and I'm having a good time with it.
Okay. On PC, right?
I did mine on PS5, but I think it's on multiple platforms.
Yeah. So I saw something with Bradley the other day. We were kind of hanging out and sculpting, and I believe it was an Oddworld thing.
Yeah, I think it's Soulstorm. Or it's a remaster of the old Soulstorm or something.
I actually need to go to Philly one day. I've never been to Philadelphia. What was that, Mike?
I used to live in Philly.
Oh, cool.
I heard you were born in West Philadelphia.
Born and raised.
Playground's where you spend most of your days.
Most of the days, yeah.
Nah, playground's outside. I can't go there.
You ever see there's like a thing with like a Nigerian pastor getting pranked with that?
Oh,
I don't even know where you get this stuff.
Listen, man. Listen.
I was not expecting that, man.
You know what's funny? I never thought about this until just now. But we've talked behind the scenes about like working in a studio environment and stuff like that. That's where 99% of the stuff comes from. Like the stuff that I send you or whatever, it's stuff like that. Like people will send you stuff at work, and it's like so wild.
Like the stuff that Daddy be coming up with, man. I don't know.
I promise it's not mine, but it's great because the dude is like he's actually genuinely concerned, right? And they're like, oh, we have a caller. He's actually from West Philadelphia. It's where he was born and raised, and he got into an altercation, and his mother had to send him to live. And it's like the dude went all the way through most of the songs before somebody off camera.
I'm so sorry to cut you off, Danny, but we got to do pencils down.
What's that time?
Ooh, I don't like it.
I'm sorry.
I don't like it. I'm doing one last thing. I don't care. Boom.
Hold on. Let me get everything on the screen.
Hey, it's your show. You can do whatever you want. So like I said at the top of the stream, tonight is the last night that we're gonna do this project. You'll see a final render at the beginning of our show next Friday, and by then we would have chosen an idea for the stream. So if you're watching this later on, please leave your thoughts in the comments. I would say probably around Wednesday I'll go and collect all the ideas that you've given tonight, and also that you left in the comments. So please leave your thoughts there, and the guys will go through and they're gonna pick something. So what is your goal for this next week, Mike?
So I'm going to take this head that I've been working on tonight and replace the one that's in the scene already. I'm going to go back in and fix areas that need to be fixed, like the missing arm underneath of the armor here, and just tighten this up, add some texturing to the tombstones, a little bit to the ground. I want to have this like not necessarily print ready, but enough that I can do some nice clay renders in Keyshot with some nice lighting, and then eventually cut and key them for print.
Awesome. All right,
Nice,
Danny.
nice. I want to get this guy into Substance this week and back into Arnold. The first week, I don't know if anybody remembers, but we did like an Arnold setup for him. The Arnold setup is sitting there waiting for him to be dropped in. And yeah, that's where he's at right now. And yeah, next week I hope to have like a little spin of the character. The stretch goal is to get him into a simple pose, but at the very least, I want to have everything sort of well textured, lit, and rendered, even if he's just in a static pose. So, yeah.
You didn't decide to get rid of the vertebrae on him, right? That's just
No. I just got to bring him over from Maya. I made some updates.
Okay.
Yeah. No, yeah, they're still in there. Yeah, so I'm in the middle of transporting all the data to make one file now.
All right.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you again for joining us tonight. Please subscribe to all of our social media platforms to support the guys. And we look forward to showing our next project for next week. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.